Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Market Forecast for the week. My name is Saidat Obakemisola Amoho, and if you are just joining us, welcome to Trade with Oba FX platform, where I share my weekly market forecast using my profitable strategy SMC. I'll also be dropping some educational content throughout the week to help you grow as a trader. If you find value in my content, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment because it helps the channels grow. If you have any peer in mind, if I don't get to analyze any of your peers, if you have any peer in mind, make sure you reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to help analyze it. Without taking much of your time, guys, let's dive straight into the chat. Come on, guys. Looking into the chart to see what we have on gold, AUD USD, USD JPY, and if time permits, we'll be checking USD CAD as well. So this is gold, XAU USD. So we're gonna start from daily. So as we can see, guys, gold is obviously bullish. This is its own gold reacted from about last 2 weeks. And here is the holder block that is sending gold back to its all-time high. Yeah. Okay, so what we have to do right now is to break all of this down using our lower time frame. So let's dive into 4 hours to see what we have. Looking at 4 hours, guys, the last break of structure happened right here. Okay. And gold has cleared the high right now. Does already have a break of structure of the high, meaning it's been cleared. So as for me, this right here is an incomplete pullback because it didn't retrace to 50% of the range, of the trading range. You can see. So if you have to check this, if you have to investigate this properly to see where market is most likely going to pull back to, see that right here we have, this was where we have our first inner break of structure. Market has mitigated this. It has been mitigated, so we'll leave it aside. However, if we are to investigate properly, we'll realize that it's more like we still have a sort of FVG right there, but then we'll be checking 2 hours shortly to see if this zone is really valid for this liquidity right here to be cleared. because this I see as an inducement, although price tapped on it last week and dished out some profits, which I was lucky enough to ride on. Okay. So yeah. The price reacted from this level right here. And as you can see, before the close of market last week, the high out, which is another break of structure. So what you have to do right now is to see if 2 hours aligns with what we have on 4 hours, guys. So this is 2 hours. So looking at 2 hours, guys, here is what we have. If you are just joining us, welcome once again. This is Trade with Oba FX platform. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share with fellow traders. Okay. So tapping into this order block, let's see what we have. Price cleared this low. Break of structure. And this inner high was also taken out. Another break of structure happened right there. And this is an order block. That is where we have our demand. This is how I take time to analyze any pair I'm always taking. I like to patiently just analyze my trades because we are dealing with real money here, guys. Real money. Trust me. Real money. So you want to patiently do your top-down analysis on any pair you'll be investing your money on. That's it, guys. So let's see. We have another break of structure right here on 2 hours. So that is another break of structure on 2 hours, guys. So let's go investigate what we have. But before we go, you can see that the last break of structure happened here and the high was cleared right here. We'll put it right here. The high was cleared right there. So see that as a proper change of character. Let's check what we have on 1 hour, guys. Okay. So following the tap into this demand level right here, You can see a break of structure happened right at this level. A high, a low, a high, a low. So we have a tiny holder block right here. We have holder block there, and we have tiny FPG. So right now, this zone is valid, but also, if you can see, you realize that we have another FPG right here. Okay. Right here we have FPG as well, but then this is pretty obvious. So let's see what we have on 30 minutes if it aligns. Let's see what we have on 30 minutes. So here is what we have on 30 minutes, guys. Tapped into the demand. Our break of structure happened right here. So you can see this is considered like an inducement. That is considered as an inducement. However, the most convenient zone, I would love to wait for this pair, is right here at this origin. Because we have a fair value gap. Yeah. So yeah, that is a fair value gap, guys. So for me, this is where I'll be willing to take gold once it gets to my PO high. That's my point of interest. However, I'll be working on confirmation entry. So what I want the market to do is, to come down here, probably reacted at this level a little bit, tapped onto this, then most likely like this structure, then I'll be willing to take the trade. So right here is what is where I'll be looking for to take gold once it gets to this level right here. So if this level fails to hold to send gold back up, if the level fails to send gold back up, which I doubt, we'll look for other zone to position. And don't forget, like I mentioned earlier on, this pullback is incomplete, and most likely gold might come to clear this. This year has been mitigated. We're going to take it out. So gold might come to clear that. We have another block there. We have FVG. So if we are to position our fib to see where we had on this push-up we're saying, we'll see the other block I mark is exactly at 50% discount zone. So this is another level we'll be waiting to see if market is going to test before continue up. This right here has been mitigated with a full TP given, and this origin looking at 2 hours demand level, and looking at 1 hour we have a valid order block and FVG, and 30 minutes the same thing. The same thing. Price tab to mitigate the other block, to fill the other block, but then no, sorry, the FVG rather, but then it didn't fill it completely. So let's go to 15 minutes. Okay. So based on 15 minutes, this is it. We have FVG right here. So at the opening of the market for the week, this is where I'll be looking at to place my trade. However, I will not be working on an aggressive entry. It has to be based on, confirmation entry, because don't forget we still have some zones that gold has not, fully mitigated below. So we just want to work on what we can see, on the charts. This is a data. Wherever we can analyze is what, we have to trade. So that'll be all on gold, guys. This is the level I'll be looking at to buy gold. And for the sell happening right now, price is reacting from this level right here. The sell happening, it hasn't given us a proper change of character yet for us to ride on the counter trend. So since that has not happened yet, we just have to stick on to the trend, which is bullish. So this is what I have on gold for the week, guys. This level is where I'll be waiting on gold. And yeah, this unit right here as well. Don't forget we have imbalance. Don't forget we have imbalance right here as well, that price might want to come to clear, which is why I said I'll be working on confirmation before entering the trade. So we have FVG right there, that is imbalance. price might decide to slash down before pushing up. So we have to stay ahead of the market, guys. Always take time. You know, you don't need to rush, because at the end of the day, you don't want to let the fear of losing out get into you, to the fact that you're rushing into a particular trade, and at the end of the day it's not going your way. So you have to just be patient. Trading is patience, guys. You have to be patient. So that will be all on gold. Right here we'll be looking at you'll be looking at what gold have for us right at this level. If we have a proper change of character using 5 minutes, we'll dive in. If we decide to fill in this imbalance right here, still protecting this low, we'll also look out for proper change of character, and we'll dive in from there as well. So that will be all on gold, and this is gonna be a 1 risk to 7 reward ratio. However, guys, so what I'll be doing is that I'll be dropping my Telegram channel in the description box, just so you can join. With that, if you're on the channel, it's easier for me to communicate with you on what I'm planning to do on all the pairs that I get to analyze. If I'm taking my trade immediately, I can always drop it on my channel, and you can do the same from your hand. So let's see another pair. Let's check AUD. Now, okay, let's check USD JPY, guys. So USD JPY dished out some profit for us last week, as predicted. So, but then it took us out on break even, which is not too bad. So let's check what we have on daily. This is AUD JPY, guys. AUD JPY right here. The origin that broke this structure, this is where we have the demand. Okay, I don't know why that is not coming up, but that is where we have the demand zone. Okay, just gonna type that quickly. That is where we have the demand zone, guys. Okay, so price mitigated that level and dished a break of structure right here. So let's go to 4 hours to investigate what is really going on, because as far as I know, this pair is bullish. Break of structure happened right here. Then another break of structure happened right here, guys. Okay. So right now, price is reacting from this level, this other block. So this demand zone actually dished out a break of structure, yeah, and because it didn't give any um, incomplete pullback that broke this high, most likely it's normal that we have what we call manipulation, like it, for it to engineer liquidity before it will tap on this zone, which is what is happening right now. However, at this demand, we can see we have the demand right here. This was an incomplete pullback here, and price came to fill it up, and it gave a full break of structure, which made this zone valid to position for buy. So if for any reason price decided to break this zone right here, this means we are going to reanalyze and position for sell. However, as much as this low right here has not been taken out, we still have to continue looking out to buy USD JPY. So price is pushing up right here, and what we have to do is to investigate. What we have to do is to investigate the push up we are having. So let's see what we have on 30 minutes. Okay, and 15 minutes. So this is 15 minutes, guys, and our last break of structure happened right here, this tiny unit here. So looking at this, price broke structure right here, and this is an incomplete pullback because it's left heavy G at this unit. So it's heavy G. So right now I'll be expecting markets to, take this out before we have a proper push up on this. That is going to be my expectation. However, we have to work on what the market prints to us. So this right here, I'll be expecting markets to come to. Whatever the market wants to do, go up, go down, higher up, higher high. I'll be expecting it to come, take this out before we have the final push to the upside. Because that is heavy G, guys. I'll be expecting it to take that out. So on USD JPY, that is all that I have on USD JPY. I'll be expecting markets to come take this incomplete pullback out, then a push to the upside. Because looking at 4 hours, 4 hours already gave us a full bearish engulfing at this demand level right here, which is a good one, and an additional confluence for the buy setup that we have on USD JPY. So that is going to be it. So for me, I'll be working on confirmational entry once again. Once market gets to this level, with my hair sell based on the confirmational entry. But if you're going to be working based on aggressive entry, you're going to just be positioning for this setup using an aggressive entry with your buy limits. This is where I will advise your hair sell to be at. And you can target, wherever you're willing to. At least for me, I always advise that wherever the market reverses from is where you should take your partial profits. So let's assume market gets to this level before it retraces down here. What you want to do is to take your partial profits right here. That's what you want to do. Then you can go ahead to break even. So once you break even, you know that you are safe and you already have some profit in bank for yourself. So that is it on USD JPY, guys. Let's look at 2 other pairs before we call it a day, guys. Let's look at 2 other pairs. Let's look at AUD USD. AUD USD. So looking at AUD USD, higher time frame, we are bullish, weekly bullish, and daily we are bullish, guys. So I would like to start from here. We have a break of structure right here, guys. Right here, another break of structure happened. That break of structure happened right here, guys. Break of structure right here, another one happened right here, another one right here. We keep moving up. This happened right here. And yes, another break of structure happened right here, guys. So what market did, what market did right here was to clear these 2 break of structure, which obviously what I always consider a change of character, because until market break 2 structures, that is where I can consider a proper change of character happening, because the first break of structure might be where you have your demand. The second one might be a form of inducement. Then price might just come, take out the first break of structure and still go ahead to give us a new high or a new low, depending on what trend we have at the particular time. So right now, market cleared these 2 lows and now broke structure above. It means this level is actually a solid one to be expecting AUD JPY in future, because something unusual happened right here. It came to this level, tapped on the imbalance, That's the heavy G. So price came down here, try to fill up the heavy G, and now we have a break of structure, guys. So with this break of structure right here, the zone that is closest to price that I'll be expecting markets to react from is this. It doesn't mean that this is not valid, but then it only means that we have to work on the closest zone to the price. So let's go to 4 hours to see what we have. So based on 4 hours, you can see this is a valid zone. We have order block and we have heavy G present. So that is heavy G present right there. Okay. So let's check 2 hours. Two hour is aligning because price cleared this low right here, broke structure. This is an incomplete pullback. This is an incomplete pullback, what some people call inducement, but I call it incomplete pullback. This is our guy right here, guys. Let's check 1 hour to see if we are aligning. So based on 1 hour, you might want to keep this here. Because if you are going to be working on aggressive entry, you have to make sure that you will redefine to at least 30 to 15 minutes. If you are working on confirmation, that is fine. You might just, watch out what price is printing at this level of FVG, because at times it might just react from the FVG zone, and before you know it, it has dished out the full TP, leaving the order block behind. So this is what's okay. This other block is the closest to, this incomplete pullback right here. Have your SL right here. Okay. So let's bring this to this level. Which this is another block that is very close to the incomplete pullback. And Uh, that is what I can see. That is what we have on AUD USD. Just clean and simple. So if you want to capitalize on this trade, this sell till it gets here, you have to see that it has taken out this low first and this. Then at the retracement, you can enter for the sell. You can dive into the sell till it gets to this level right here. So you get to this level, or at least this zone right here. So this is going to be 1 to 5.73 reward ratio. You can decide to place an aggressive entry if you want to, or wait for confirmation entry. Is For me, I advise confirmation entry because with that you can have a tighter stop loss to work with. So that is it about that, guys. So that is it. You can go ahead to take a screenshot right now, but the coordinates are highlighted on the side right here, where we have the red, green, and the other green, which is the take profit. So for me, that is what I can see on AUD USD. So if this zone fails, don't forget we have another zone below. So because looking at this is our swing high right here. Yeah. No, sorry, our swing low right here. Price broke structure. Price broke structure. This was an incomplete pullback, but looking at what happened, price cleared the incomplete pullback. So if market is going to break this level, then we're certain that we have to wait for it somewhere around here. That's the closest. That's the closest to the incomplete pullback. So that's the closest to it. You have to wait for it right there. Or we look out for what market is going to print at this level as well. So these are the levels that I'll be waiting on AUD USD in case this level fails to hold the markets. So that is it, guys. That is what I have on AUD USD. Let's check one other pair, then we can actually call it a day. Yeah. Because I don't want this session to exceed 1 hour. So this is USD card. I was able to swing USD card, I think about, was it last month, from this low right here to this high. So which was a good one. However, looking at what we have on the chart right now, it might seems like USD card is bearish. Yeah, it might seems like USD card is bearish right now, guys. So let's see what we have. Let's check daily. Hmm. Let's check daily. So we're going to start from our swing high right here. Uh, Here we have a break of structure. Mm. Yes, so right here we have a break of structure. You know, market gave an incomplete pullback, and broke structure. So this is our swing high right here. Yeah, the break of structure happened here. This is an incomplete pullback. Market came back in future, cleared, filled the FVG. So this is the FVG, guys. Market filled it up. Right here is where we have the other plug, but market then reacted from the FVG and it gave a break of structure. So what happened right here is that you're supposed to have a sell ideally, because this was where I took my profits last month or so. This was where I took my profit. The market is supposed to sell from here, but then it decided to clear this high. So with that, we'll see what actually happened on 4 hours shortly. So it's cleared this high, and let's see what the market is dishing out for us. I think the screen is not allowing us to see what we have clearly. Probably going to be working with my bigger monitor next week. So this is what we have, guys. So a break of structure happened right here, and this is 4 hours. Yes, a break of structure happened right here. This was an incomplete pullback. You can see this was the immediate pullback we had, and price cleared it. So we'll see if this is where market is reacting from. So price cleared that, and it broke structure right here. And this was an incomplete pullback, and like I said earlier on, price came back to the FVG, fill it, and it already gave us a break of structure on higher time frame. Okay, let's continue to see what we have. So yeah, market then comes to the zone that we marked. But then let's continue with what we have. We have to keep on working with the data we have. So as we can see, USD card is bearish. So let's work on what we have, the bearish trend. Break of structure happened right here. This was an incomplete pullback. Market cleared it. Another break of structure happened. That break of structure happened right here. Okay, so this right here, if we check, I'm not sure it pulled back to 50%. So, so this right here is incomplete pullback. This is going to be inducement. So that's an incomplete pullback. So what we want to see right now is for markets to come fill the imbalance we have at this level. We have imbalance at this level as well as order block. So we want to see what we want to see right now is for markets to come fill that. Let's go to 2 hours, guys. So there's something we call hidden base right here, you know, which which might send the market back down because it's lying above the incomplete pullback. So this is an hidden base. Markets may actually reacting from that level. However, okay, this swinger happened, break of structure. This is the first pullback into the region. And yes, I'll be positioning, I'll be considering this other block instead of the first one. So yeah, that is it, guys. So what we are expecting on USD card is for it to, come to this zone. Then we take our profits right here. Is that understandable, guys? So depending on where you want to position your SL, but then if you are taking aggressive entry, this is what I would advise, because with that your other block is covered, the FVG is covered as well. And don't forget, I mentioned earlier on that we have an hidden base right here, so the markets may react from. So that is that. So this is what we have on USD card, guys. This is what we have on USD card. So now we've been able to analyze XAUUSD, XAUUSD, USD JPY, AUD and USD card. So if you stayed this far, I will want to say thank you for staying with us this far. And if you have any pair that I didn't get to analyze, I'll be dropping my number in the description box. Feel free to message me on WhatsApp. Also, I'll be dropping my Telegram channel in the description box as well. What you want to do is for you to join the community, just so as prices approaching all our targets, I can be able to update you by the via the channel. So thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share with everyone, guys. Don't forget, because it actually helps the channel to grow. Like I said, let's grow and win together, guys. Let's grow and win together. Um, so next week I'll be sharing some educational content over the week. Next week we're going to be looking into our weekly market forecast as well. So thank you very much for joining, guys. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and share with others. Thank you, guys. See you next week. Bye.